Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside that weather window. And boy, it got hot today. We talked about it yesterday. Yesterday, official high temperature 91 degrees. We did better than that today. We thought we would too. And here's a beautiful shot looking down at the beautiful Leavenworth area from our Tumwater Mountain Sky-Fi camera. And thanks to Localtel for providing all of us with this beautiful shot. Blue sky out there today. And as I mentioned, lots of sunshine. And we will continue with that today. Once again, winds will come up though a little bit later on. We expect gusts to maybe 20 to 25 miles an hour. Winds will develop mainly 10 to 15 miles an hour, and that's the western Columbia Basin, also up in the Okanagan Valley. You folks in the Waterville Plateau as well. Dry, so be very, very careful with any potential fire spread. And then we are going to see dry and windy conditions as we get into Thursday. In fact, we are talking very windy conditions tomorrow, much cooler too. And we'll tell you more about this next weather system coming up a little bit later on in your weather forecast. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. Voters in north central Washington rarely agreed with the rest of the state in Tuesday's primary election. A Mansfield man is charged with rape after a woman allegedly escaped from a trailer where he handcuffed and sexually assaulted her. And 143 firefighting personnel have been able to slow the spread of the Chickaman. That's the fire burning high on an Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest ridge about 13 miles northeast of Lake Wenatchee. But first, we begin tonight. County auditors ran their first tally of primary election votes Tuesday. The top two vote getters in each race advanced to the general election in November. Although thousands of ballots remain uncounted as of Tuesday night, Republican challenger Loren Culp appeared likely to take on incumbent Democrat Governor Jay Inslee. He earned 16.7% of the initial statewide count. Inslee, meanwhile, took almost 52% in a field of 36 candidates. For Chelan County Commissioner Dale England, brother of retiring Commissioner Doug England, led the first round, followed by a close race between Brant Capel and Tiffany Gearing. Incumbent 12th District Representative Keith Gaynor had a commanding lead over Democratic challenger Adrian Moore, 63 to 36%. Meanwhile, 4th District Congressman Dan Newhouse is likely to face Tri-Cities Democrat Douglas McKinley to keep his seat. And in the 8th District, incumbent Democrat Kim Schreier may face Republican Jesse Jensen, who pulled in 17% of the vote to Schreier's 44%. Back in Chelan County, 14,446 votes have been tallied, with an additional 8,189 ballots yet to be counted. The current turnout in Chelan County is 30.27%. Douglas County reports 6,223 ballots counted, with about 7,000 ballots left to count, for a current turnout of 26.01%. Even with the outstanding ballots, both counties will fall well short of the 60% turnout predicted by their respective county auditors. The next local update will come Friday afternoon. Well, voters in north central Washington rarely agreed with the rest of the state in yesterday's primary election. A noticeable exception to that was Chelan County's apparent support of Democratic Governor Jay Inslee, who had slightly more votes than Republican nominee Loren Culp. But Culp, the police chief of Republic, easily outpolled Inslee in Okanagan, Douglas, and Grant counties. Chelan County also favored Attorney General Bob Ferguson, as did Okanagan County, while Douglas and Grant counties were two of only 7 counties statewide where Republican nominee Matt Larkin received more votes than Ferguson. 8th District Democratic Congresswoman Dr. Kim Schreier won every county in her district, but her Republican opponent in the general election has yet to be decided. Former Amazon and Microsoft executive Jesse Jensen leads Seattle police officer Keith Swank by only 48 votes for a place on the general election ballot. Swank was favored in both Chelan and Douglas counties. Schreier had his biggest support in King County. In other news, a Mansfield man is charged with rape after a woman allegedly escaped from a trailer where he handcuffed and sexually assaulted her. Riley J. Kalk, who's 65, is accused of keeping the woman captive and then raping her at gunpoint after offering to let her stay in an RV on the 20 acres he owns near the Columbia Bluffs. Douglas County Sheriff's deputies say the woman slipped away when he unchained her and then drove with her to the Chelan Walmart on Saturday. Kalk has a criminal history, and in 2010 he was sentenced to 31 months in prison for illegally owning firearms. Deputies said when they investigated his property, they found 10 more illicit firearms. Prosecutors charged Kalk yesterday with first-degree rape, unlawful imprisonment, and unlawful firearm possession. He's being held in the Okanogan County Jail. Well, 143 firefighting personnel have been able to slow the spread of the Chickaman fire burning high on an Okanogan-Wenatchee National Forest ridge. That fire is about 13 miles northeast of Lake Wenatchee. Battling steep terrain, crews have been doing burnouts, removing brush, digging lines, dropping water, and steering the blaze onto areas already burned in the 2015 Wolverine fire. The lightning-caused fire broke out last Friday afternoon, and numerous roads and trails in the area have been shut down during the firefighting efforts. Well, coming up next, Okanogan County health officials are trying to track down people who attended a camping event north of the town of Methow last month to let them know they've been exposed to COVID-19. We're just weeks away now from the start of the school year here in north central Washington, and it's sure to be a school year like no other, conducted entirely online. And the Chelan County PUD held a virtual groundbreaking today for its new headquarters in Old Station. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Don't worry, all the fun is around the corner. There's no better time to get ready than now with Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa Sale. Stock Up and Save sale is now going on in-store and online at bluelagoompoolandspa.com. Even pool heaters are on sale. Financing available upon approval. Credit 24-month, no interest with equal payments. Stop by today or order online at bluelagoompoolandspa.com. Free water testing available in-store or curbside. Don't wait, the sale is going on now.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
You want to help others. You need a solid career. You can have both with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, stop by our campus at 595 Grant Road across from Safeway or visit chartercollege.edu.
Welcome back. In another news, Okanogan County health officials, they're trying to track down people who attended a camping event north of the town of Methow last month to let them know that they may have been exposed to COVID-19. Okanogan County Public Health says the event Friday, July 24th and Saturday, July 25th on private property involved more than 100 people from all over the state. Community Health Director Lori Jones says there were people in attendance who should have been self-isolating. Anyone who was at that camping event is asked to contact Okanogan Public Health, and that phone number is 509-422-7140. Well, we're just weeks away from the start of the school year in north central Washington, and it's sure to be like a school year like no other, conducted entirely online as long as COVID-19 remains a serious threat. Last night at the Wenatchee School District, they held an online town hall meeting for parents and community members. About 330 observers joined the live stream to tour the virtual classrooms that will start up on August 26th. Here's how to look.
So our Smart Restart plan is really set up into two stages. Stage one is this continuous learning 2.0. And that's a term that the state superintendent, Chris Reichdahl, has coined. And it's one we're using within our plan, our Smart Restart plan. It really is about online learning and what that looks like. And we're going to detail that tonight. But doors open virtually, doors open on August 26th. Stage two, and hopefully we can get there sooner rather than later, but we really are going to need a community to come together to help us get to stage two. We have to reduce the amount of COVID within our community in order for it to be safe for our students to come into our schools. All of our pre-K through 12 students are going to be receiving their core instruction virtually. We really want to replicate the start and end of our school days with our new start times for our elementary, middle, and high school. We want to replicate that as much as possible while recognizing we don't want students on our computers all day long for 6.5, 7 hours. And again, continuous learning 2.0, it's our temporary plan until area health officials deem it safe for us to move back into the stage two or the hybrid.
So as traumatic and as challenging as the springtime was, one of the things that we actually had going for us was that our teachers had already established relationships with their students and with their parents. And we know that that is an important component that really cannot be overemphasized. And so we had put together a plan in partnership with our building principals for providing some in-person, on-site transition specifically aimed at our kindergartners, our 6th graders, and our 9th graders. We're continuing to work. We're also hearing from our elementary principals that they would like to see some form of in-person transition activities at all of their grade levels, and we are looking at the possibilities of doing that. 6th grade in particular, we would be providing in-person, small group, very small group, socially distanced, completely masked up, opportunities for students to really emphasize the relationships with their teachers in their new school, focused on the social emotional learning aspects. We're going to distribute their iPads to them and teach them how they're accessing technology, and also spend some time teaching them about the routines of secondary school. For our incoming 9th graders at Wenatchee High School, they've already been they've already been involved in some of these activities because the high school has been taking the ball and running with it, but they too will provide some in-person leadership activities and freshman orientation activities. Our West Side program, at this point, they're focused on doing some virtual transitions, but I know that Dr. Corey Kalahar, when he finds out that we are allowing some in-person things, that he will put some in-person small group transition activities in play for his students as well. So that just gives you a little bit of the snapshot about how we're planning to transition our students back to school in August.
You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, I'll have your North Central Washington weather forecast and much more right here on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Mary Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Mary Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Mary Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
Introducing the most capable Sierra lineup ever.
Hi, Hi, this is Brian Snyder with Black Rock Asphalt Services here in Wenatchee, your local Black Rock seal coat company. Have you looked at your driveway or parking lot lately? Is it gray and oxidized? Does it have cracks that have not been taken care of? Or do you have striping that is pretty much non-existent? Please give us a call locally here, 509-665-9769. Learn more at blackrockasphaltsealcoating.com.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Republican gubernatorial candidate Lauren Culp held a large election night rally Tuesday night near the Plain area despite statewide mandates against large group gatherings during the coronavirus pandemic. The event was called the Insubordinate Victory Rally and included live music, food, and an appearance from Culp himself as the election returns came in. Following Tuesday's primary, Culp will face off against incumbent Governor Jay Inslee in November. Hundreds of people attended the rally, going against Inslee's mandate against large gatherings of people to slow the spread of COVID-19. In Chelan County, which is in modified Phase 1 of the Washington Safe Start Plan, gatherings of more than 5 people are banned. In tonight's feature story, and here it is right here, event organizers said the rally was meant for those who support Culp's run for governor to, quote, exercise their freedom, unquote.
We did it together. Thank you all. We the people. We the people. We will return freedom and liberty back to Washington State.
Time now for a check of your north central Washington weather forecast. And before we get to those details, let's take a look outside our weather window. Once again, up in Leavenworth, Tumwater Mountain Camera. And thank you for Sky-Fi and Localtel providing this beautiful shot of our upper valley. And what a day today. Boy, it felt like August 5th out there, didn't it? Lots of blue sky and warm temperatures. Unofficially in the Wenatchee area today, our high temperature, look at that, 97 degrees. And boy, it felt like it. 89 is where we should be for this time of year. 68 is where we started the morning, and 63 is normal. Record high, we weren't that far off today, were we? 102 was set in 1997, record low 45, and that was in 1969. Sunrise 5:45, and the sun will set tonight at 8:28. Let's take a quick look now at how our Thursday weather will shape up, and you're going to see big differences as we get into our Thursday weather. We'll talk more about that when we get in our surface loop, but here's temperatures tomorrow. How about this? 86 in Moses Lake, mid-80s for Quincy and Ephrata, only 81 the high temperature in Wenatchee tomorrow. That's a lot cooler than today. 75 in Lake Wenatchee and lower 80s at Eniat and Chelan. Here's that surface loop now. We'll talk about why this is going to happen. Tonight we'll see mostly clear skies. Breezes will pick up. We did see that late this afternoon. It will be mild overnight tonight once again with temperatures in the upper 60s and lots of clear skies for the most part around Washington State. And here we go on Thursday, 25 to 35 mile an hour sustained winds, gusts to 30 to 40 miles an hour, and it's going to be much cooler. We're seeing a lot of air moving down from the northwest, a bit of a trough now forming in Washington State, and that's going to bring us those cool temperatures rather, as we get into the end of the week on Friday. Sunny skies. We're going to stay unseasonably cool, but you know what that means this time of year? We're still in the 80s, so it'll be 85 or so on Friday, but before things slowly warm up beginning on Saturday. Sunny, slightly warmer. Remember that orange color, about 85 to 90 degrees, and that's pretty much where we'll be on Saturday. So a beautiful day, really. Maybe a little bit breezy. You can see, especially on Sunday, those isobars are tightly packed, and that'll kick up those winds a little bit on Sunday, but that will also continue our slow warm-up. As we get into Monday then, warm-up will be for real. We'll be back in the 90s again, once again on Monday. You can see darker orange, and that indicates about 90 degrees. There is an area of low pressure off the coast of British Columbia Columbia. It's trying to slide down the coast, but high pressure is just so strong. I don't think it's going to make it. Tuesday, some more wind. We'll see sunny skies Tuesday as well. Winds about 15 to 25 miles an hour, and high temperatures then once again in the lower 90s. Let's take a look now at your Patriot Plumbing, Heating and Cooling 7-day forecast. 66 tonight. There is that big cool down for Thursday at 81, 84 on Friday, 86 Saturday, and by next week we'll be right back into the lower 90s. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
I have fiber at home because it allows me to do a great job in my profession. It allows me to learn things that I need to learn at home. It allows my kids to hopefully one day be able to be educated because of what they learned online and what they learned from their teachers. And it allows us to have fun too as a family. And we're able to do a lot of things because of fiber internet. I'm Rudy, and my family learns with fiber.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Wednesday to you. Mike Trout took some time off for the birth of he and his wife Jessica's first child last week. Beckham Aaron Trout was born on July 30th. Baby boy weighed 7 pounds, 10 ounces, 20 3/4 inches long. So what does Daddy do on his first game back?
Nola setting up outside. It's a breaking ball hammered out toward left center field. Hit well. Kyle Lewis back. That's gone. Big fly for Mike Trout. Welcome back. How's the song go? 1-0 Halos.
And the first inning, home run power continues for Trout. That's probably for Beckham. I'm sure that was. Homers in his first at bat, first day back, 407 feet for Trout. Uncle, he is unbelievable. Breaking ball, stays out over the plate, saying jumping on those secondary pitches. And what a good level swing for Trout. His second home run. Papa Trout going yard.
It was one of 2 first-inning home runs given up by Seattle starter Justin Dunn as the Angels went on for the victory. 5-3 the final. Dunn threw 37 pitches in that first inning and lasted 4 total, allowing 3 runs on 3 hits with 4 strikeouts and 4 walks. Manager Scott Service said he was hoping LA's all-star center fielder wouldn't be back to form on his first day back.
Trout got him. I was hoping that now that Trout is a dad, maybe the dad bod might have snuck up on him, but that was not the case, obviously. And then, fell behind the count a little bit. I think after he got through the first inning, started to settle down a little bit, got the double play in the second. I thought he threw the ball really well in the third and the fourth inning, but when he threw about 37 pitches in the first inning, it kind of cuts his night a little bit short there. So after that, I thought our guys in the bullpen threw the ball extremely well tonight. Even Swanee, he left one breaking ball up again, and that's the one that Fletcher jumped on, but had to go to a number of guys, and I was really happy how those guys threw the ball. A lot of good signs there.
Center fielder Kyle Lewis made a great play in the top of the 7th inning, robbing Jason Castro of a home run.
2-0 here. Cranked deep center field, straight away. Lewis at the wall. He makes the catch. Kyle Lewis, another moment for him. 2 down here in the 7th.
Oh, Kyle's really athletic, and I was kind of, he was jumping up over the wall in Anaheim on the last road trip, and I said, you're going to get a few of those this year, and he goes, oh, I know, I will. So Kyle's played it really well. Obviously, can't ask for much more what he's done early in the season, offensively, defensively. He's in tune to the game. And he's playing with a smile on his face. You know, that's the biggest thing. These guys, as they learn and go along, there are going to be some struggles, but need to enjoy the process, what we're going through. Evan White, I thought his at bat there late in the game, much better. You know, he need a little luck once in a while too. And, you know, he'll turn. It'll turn. He's a good player, and he keeps working at it, so he's going to be fine.
Dylan Moore led the way offensively for Seattle with a double in the third and a solo home run in the seventh.
Down the line. And gone, a home run. Dylan Moore makes it a 5-2 ball game. His second homer of the season. RBI number 4. Just kept it fair. Nicely done.
Dan, you and I were talking about he has some pop, and I think that actually ended up getting in on him a little bit. It was a pretty good fastball that he hit. In on his hands, but still able to hit it out of the ballpark. We'll take a look at the swing. That's a pretty good pitch.
It was bearing in on me, that fastball. I knew he had a good one, and it started in and just kept running in, so I just tried to keep my hands inside as much as possible, and I was just kind of reacting to where the ball was, and I got him as far in as I could possibly get him, and the ball stayed straight and no hook, and that was the only way that it was going out.
Seattle will try to wrap up the 4-game losing streak or snap that 4-game losing streak again with the Angels in town tonight. Marco Gonzalez will face Julio Teheran at 6:40. Taking a look at the Les Schwab American League West scoreboard from last night. George Springer's 2-run double highlighted a 5-run fifth inning as Houston beat Arizona 8-2. Alex Correa also 3 for 3 with the solo home run as the Astros improved to 6-4. Stephen Piscotty's walk-off grand slam home run at the bottom of the ninth gave Oakland a 5-1 win over Texas. A's lead over the Astros a half game in the AL West. Seattle now slips to last place, 3.5 games back. As the Seahawks begin training camp, several questions loom regarding the health of big players on offense. Rashad Penny has been rehabbing a knee injury suffered late last season. Will Dissly's been trying to come back from a torn patellar. Coach Pete Carroll says Penny is a wait-and-see situation with the running back coming to camp later this week.
Come in Thursday for Friday, and he'll start his process of reconnecting with us on Friday. We just thought it would be better. He missed a week in transition that we didn't want to, because he would have had to sit around the days right here, right now. We'd like to go ahead and hopefully we made a good decision there. We're anxious to get him back. He's working out really hard. The reports are really strong that he's doing well. But we have not had him in our building for a while now, so this will be our first chance.
Coach Carroll much more confident about the return of tight end Will Dissly. He said the University of Washington grad has worked feverishly to get back with the team and contribute this season.
He worked out in L.A., was down there. The group that he worked out with told me that he's had nine months with them. He spent 9 months working out on a real rigid schedule. He didn't miss 1 minute of one day in 9 straight months. They said they've never seen anybody do that before, and the benefits of it is that he comes in and passes physical. So we're thrilled about Will's process. But then again, because of the way he's been, I'm not surprised that somebody would say that he's been the hardest worker and the most diligent, grittiest guy that they've ever seen come through the program. So that means that we'll still take care of Will as we start camp, but yet he did pass his physical. We'll look after him and make sure that we don't come along too fast. Will's a really great product of learning and the system and all that. He knows what he's doing, and he'll be a factor as soon as we cut him loose. But in the meantime, we want to make sure and take care of him.
We'll hear from more of Coach Carroll coming up tomorrow. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frappuccino.
Definitely the espresso shakes. My favorite is the mocha Frappuccino.
A peach Red Bull.